What's going on, everyone? It's Adam here from No Shelf Space, and today we are doing another Everything I Hate video about Vampire the Masquerade Chapters Montreal. Now, I've been playing this game quite a bit over the last couple weeks, and I will let you guys know this was sent to me by the publisher. And honestly, as you know, with these videos that I do, these Everything I Hate videos, I like this game. I'm enjoying it. I'm playing it. I'm going to continue to play it. But there are, more so in this than any of the other ones I've done so far, some issues that we really need to discuss, because you really need to know a few things prior to playing this game. So let's hop in and see everything I hate about Vampire the Masquerade chapters. This is not going to be an overly long video, guys. Honestly, it's more of just a chit-chat between you and me. I'm not even going to show any components of the game, I don't think. This game required a little extra time in the kiln. If I had kickstarted this game, and it was on Kickstarter, and this was the product I got back, I'd probably be a little disappointing. There are a lot of errors. Now, the game is massive. There is 500,000 words of text, 40 chapters. The box is huge. But there are just, for me personally, just a few too many printing errors. Some of them within the writing, but some of them are like easy things that you're like, hey, maybe this is something you should not have missed. Now there is an errata online, or errata, however you like to say that, online, where it, hey, I'm on chapter 7, let me click, here's chapter 7, click, and then you can see all the things from chapter 7 that need to be different. And that's helpful, but like there are like chapter setup instructions that are messed up, and you're like, those are the things, like if there was text issues or like printing errors in the actual books, all the chapter books, I would kind of get that, but like we're talking about setup of some of the scenarios where the setup's not even right. And I'm like, oh, that's something that should be so easy to fix and should have been fixed. Another error that we have that I don't think should have happened is there are errors on the printing of the little standees, the NPC standees. And I think it's 11 through 19. On one side it says 11 through 19. On the other side it says 31 through 39. And so when you're looking for the tokens to set up the game, some of them you have to flip both sides, because it will say 11 to 19 on one side, whereas the ones that are actually 31 to 39 say it on both sides. It's a minor issue really, but really something that should have been cleaned up before the game was produced. Other than that, like, I don't have a lot of issues. The story is great. It's just that extra polish that's missing. Now, I do believe this game was translated from French into English, so you do have that consideration to think about. But man, there's just a few too many errors. And I really think it's going to sour a lot of people on the game who picked this up ready for this epic adventure. And it is an epic adventure. And the story's phenomenal. I keep playing despite the errors because I love the story so much. But there are errors, and there are lots of them. And if you get into a groove where you're kind of playing, there's a good chance, and it's happened to me once, there's a good chance that you're like, all right, we just finished the chapter, let's get on to the next one. And in your mind, you forget that you should be looking at the errata, the errata. And that happened to us once where we did it and we started playing and we're like, something's not right. And then we're like, oh, we didn't look. And then we went and looked and there was like 4 or 5 things we had to change. At that point, we're like, screw it. We're just finishing this the wrong way and moving on to the next chapter. But in that situation, it wasn't a big deal because I thumbed through the entire chapter book to see if we had done something different, would we have gotten, some items? Would we have gotten some of the attribute cards? Would we have got anything else? And we wouldn't have. So it just would have made it a little tighter of an experience where we would have been closer, because we were working with a round countdown. So we had to finish whatever we were doing before the round hit 0 or something was going to happen. So there would have been a little bit more pressure in that sense, but nothing would have changed other than that. So we got lucky. But there are chapters where a lot of stuff happens, and if you don't set it up properly or you miss something when you're going over all the things you need to change, it could sour the experience really quickly. And we did have one night where we were like, screw this. We're not playing anymore, because we had played for so long. And I think it's in the battle with the werewolf. There are some misprints on that werewolf card. That first battle you do with a werewolf, and there's some misprints on the card. And it just threw us for a loop. And my father-in-law was almost like, you know what, forget this. We're not doing this. We did pick it up like 20 minutes later and then we finished. But listen, guys, great story. One of the better narrative stories I've ever experienced in a game. And I say that with 100% honesty and sincerity. But there are 1,001 errors that you're going to have to work through as you play the game. And for some people, it's going to frustrate them, and that's going to be it. Others can get past it. So be sure to check out some videos online of what other people have been doing. But, you know, I want you to be aware. It's a game I love, but there are a lot of problems with it. So if you're buying it, make sure you check out the website to see the things that you need to change from chapter to chapter. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I really do appreciate it. If you're liking the content I do here on the channel, hit that like button and subscribe. Check out some of the other content. We do a lot of unboxings, a lot of reviews. I have a couple of these things I hate videos, which I enjoy putting together, and so much more. So join me for the adventure. This is fun for me. But if you want to see a lot of written reviews, a lot more than what you're going to see here on the channel, head on over to gamesreviews.com. You can find tons of reviews over there, including some upcoming Lorcana stuff, some upcoming Disney Villainous. I have Emerge from Pandasaurus going up soon. So be sure to head on over there, check out all those games that were at Gen Con, but are now sitting here on my table at home. Till next time, folks, thanks for watching, and we'll talk again soon. Goodbye.